Hello, beautiful people. Thank you so much for tuning in, watching, and listening. This is going to be the December 2023 reading for the zodiac sign of Sagittarius. As always, my readings are very intuitive, so I'll provide you with any intuitive messages that I receive, as well as meaning of the tarot cards. I do, however, recommend you check out your sun, moon, and rising just to get a full picture of everything that's going on for you this month. And if you haven't done so already, please do subscribe to my YouTube channel. When you subscribe, that helps me greatly, and you'll be notified when I post new content. But let's go ahead and get into it here. In column number 1, we're going to take a look at what's wrapping up and coming to a close, so last few weeks or month. Column number 2, we're going to take a general look at what's coming for December. We're also going to do a money column, a love column, and in the 5th and final column, we're going to do a message from our future self or spirit guides. We're also going to do 3 yes or no questions, a crystal of the month, and a healing note for you. But again, let's get started with column number 1, Sagittarius. What's wrapping up and coming to a close? We have a summary affirmation card of absence. So, with absence, this can just be taking a little bit of time and space for yourself. You might have felt a little bit just disconnected, a little bit withdrawn. But this is good. It's good to give ourselves some quiet time, some time to ourselves. So I like this energy for you. Again, a little bit refined, a little bit withdrawn these last few weeks most likely. But taking a look at our cards, let's see what messages we've got here for you. Okay, it looks like a lot going on. We do have all swords here to start us off with. That's interesting to see. But at the very top there, we have the 6 of Swords. The 6 of Swords, I know it looks a little dark and gloomy. It's kind of a blue-gray card. Everyone's facing away from us. The boat has a bunch of swords stuck into it. But the boat is heading in a forward, positive direction, Sagittarius. So this indicates some sort of necessary change, something that needs to happen. Perhaps we've been a little bit withdrawn as we process through this change and get used to maybe what the new normal is here. The next card that we have is the 2 of Swords. The 2 of Swords is a card. This could be having to make a decision. So anytime we have 2 of something on a card, it's having to make a decision. Also, things could feel a little bit like compromise. So I think we did decide. We did have to go through this necessary transition. But again, the road could feel a little bit like compromise right now. At the bottom here, we have the 5 of Swords. This is typically not a very good relationship. This is like toxic, violent, abusive, not very good relationship sometimes. This could have been like some sort of conflict, but I do think for some of you, this is like a person here, Sagittarius, or a situation that we're moving away from. Okay, more swords for you. Taking a look at our clarifiers, we have the Knight of Swords. The nice thing is I feel like this transition is going to go relatively quickly for you. But again, this is echoing there is some sort of lifestyle change. There is some sort of change happening for you right now. But you do see Horse and Rider there moving very quickly. The next card that we have is the 2 of Swords. So we have the 2 of Swords on top of the 2 of Swords. There's no doubt there was some sort of decision here. And again, potentially it could have felt like compromise. It might not have been exactly what we wanted it to be, right? And at the bottom here, we have the 10 of Wands. The 10 of Wands is a card. This is like stress, exhaustion, having lots of burdens. I feel like we were just exhausted of this relationship or this situation. It became a burden for us, and that's why we're withdrawing and transitioning away from it. So that's our last few weeks. Now let's take a look at messages for December. So kind of just general big items coming for December. First, we have the card Ready But Waiting. So this is a pretty literal card here, Sagittarius. Oftentimes with this, it's like, again, we're ready to move on something, but we're kind of in this holding period. There's a little bit of wait. Whatever this is, I do think it's like on pause because it's end of year, there's holiday coming. So I feel like this will probably move pretty quickly in the next few weeks or in the new year for you, but there's something we're holding off on here. So first up, we have the Ace of Cups. Anytime we have an Ace card, it's a card of newness. This is new baby, relationship, proposal, marriage. So definitely some new love energy here. This could be a new animal as well, new grandbaby. really anything associated with love. So some nice new strong love energy here. Perhaps this is what's causing the delay. I don't know that it is for some of you. The next card though that we have is the Three of Wands. So this can be a delayed card. So this is fitting very much so with that ready but waiting. I will say with this though, it's like we just need to remake the plans. When I see the Three of Wands, like, okay, plans may have gone delayed, but we just need to make another plan here with the Three of Wands. So that would be my advice there for you. Specifically, I feel like this could be travel maybe that got pushed off too, because the Three of Wands is very much so a travel card as well. There is some expansion in commerce here too, so perhaps like maybe working on starting up like a side business or something, or a new product offering, but it looks like it may be delayed there a little bit for you, Sagittarius. And at the bottom we have the Tower card. So some sort of tower moment. This is like something unexpected that pops up. This seems to be what's causing the delay. The nice thing with the Tower card though, it's like you could be thankful that it happened, because the Tower card always takes us where we need to go. So for whatever reason, this needed to be delayed, and the Tower card comes in and kind of causes the upset, but again leaves us in a good place. So not sure exactly what this is, but this Tower is what's actually causing the delay here. Maybe though it's like if it's delayed by a month and you were supposed to go on vacation, now you'll have even better weather in a month or something of that sort. So I think you'll be glad you waited, but sometimes it's hard to feel that in the moment, right? Okay, taking a look at our clarifiers. First up, we have the Five of Wands. The Five of Wands can be a card of rivalry, obstacles, challenges. I don't know that this is connected to the relationship so much, but maybe this is connected to the Tower card. So again, this seems to be like the thing that popped up that derailed the plan. So now we're in that kind of ready but waiting period. The next card we have is the High Priestess. As we navigate through whatever this situation is, we need to trust our gut. The High Priestess is very spiritual, very intuitive. When I see this as like, I know like you're psychic or you're intuitive, Sagittarius, which is great to see. One thing I'm going to say, especially for those of you that are potentially like standing up a business or planning something of that sort, with the High Priestess, it's like maybe you want your price to be $100 and somebody comes to you and they're like, no, it should really be $50. I would keep your price at $100 because, again, in your gut, you know that that's the right thing. So don't let somebody talk you out of your gut feel or your intuition this month. And at the very bottom here, we have the Four of Cups. The Four of Cups has a couple different meanings. One of them is like apathy, lack of fulfillment, discontentment. It makes sense. The Tower moment in that exact second typically doesn't feel good. It sucks that maybe it caused a rift in some of the things that we have planned. So I'm not surprised to see those low feelings. But interestingly enough, if you look at this fourth cup, that fourth cup is actually a gift. So it's like the Tower card's giving you a gift. Again, perhaps using our example, let's say it was a vacation that got delayed. You're actually going to get way better weather now because it got delayed. Okay, now let's take a look at our next column here, Sagittarius. Anything related to money. Quick money affirmation for you. Money is a tool I choose to use to build the life of my dreams. So in this column, we're going to talk about anything related to money, job, career, finances, businesses you run, investments you have, anything you associate with money. Okay, first up we have the Knight of Pentacles. The Knight of Pentacles is like a nose to the grindstone type card. This is putting in the hard work, but more importantly, this is reaping the benefits of the hard work. Just taking a look at the rest of our cards though, it's like we're creeping towards the end of something and you're almost sad it's ending. I think you're enjoying what we're working on here, Sagittarius, and it's like we know that it's almost complete. Maybe you've just had this same project for a really long time, or maybe like you're being assigned to a different project. Perhaps like your coworker that you're working with will be different now. Again, we've put in the hard work, we're at this success point, but I feel like we are a little sad that it's ending. So obviously that will make sense for you for whatever context, but some of you are feeling a little sad about this ending. And at the bottom here, we have the World card. This is completing a goal, completing a lesson, completing this project. So again, you've worked so hard on this, it's wrapping up and coming to a close. But again, you seem a little sad that it's coming to an end. Let's take a look though at clarifiers. First up, we have the Six of Swords. We talked about the Six of Swords earlier. This is a necessary transition. I think this is the right end point. Again, we are feeling a little sad about it. I'm not sure exactly why for some of you, Leo, but now is a good time to move on to something new. You have a lot to offer. Something fabulous is coming here. Something new and something fabulous. The next card we have is the Queen of Cups. The Queen of Cups, if you look at the cup, is more like a trophy. This has been such a big win for you. This cup isn't even a cup, it's a trophy. And again, this work has been such a huge win for you. Hopefully you can take it in. This is like a healing and nurturing card too. So kind of give yourself that big warm hug. Tell yourself it's going to be okay. Really soak in the hard work and the successes you have here. And at the bottom, we have the Six of Pentacles. The Six of Pentacles is a generous card. It's giving or receiving help. In this case, I feel like we're on the receiving end. We're receiving something really great from all the hard work we've put in. I do think you'll be getting a new project, so you'll be like receiving a new assignment or something of that sort as well. Now, moving on to our next column, we're going to talk about anything related to love, Sagittarius. Quick love message here for you. Criticizing one another will only lead to further unhappiness. Love and accept each other as you are, and your relationship will magically transform. So in this column, we're going to talk about anything related to love. Look at all these goodies here. Okay, so first up, we have the Sun card. In terms of good card in the tarot deck, it really truly doesn't get much better than the Sun card. I will argue this is the best card in the entire deck. It's happiness, it's contentment, it's joy, it's successes. So really enjoy these next few weeks with your family, friends, and loved one, spouse, children. Just soak it all in. Enjoy the month. There's going to be a ton of happiness there, a ton of love there. Just really nice love life these next few weeks and month. The next card we have is the King of Pentacles. The King of Pentacles is very solid, practical, wise. I'm throwing this out here because somebody needs to hear it, Sagittarius. Things don't need to be elaborate to be fabulous these next few weeks. So perhaps you're hosting one of the holiday meals. It does not have to be over the top. You don't have to stay awake worrying about it. Again, it's going to be so blissful. So be practical, be wise. Mostly practical. It doesn't have to be, again, grandioso for it to be great. The King of Pentacles is also an investment card, so I do feel like you could be buying a new house maybe with your spouse, or investing with a friend. This feels closer than a friend though, so like investing with your spouse maybe potentially in the next few weeks. And at the bottom, we have the giving or receiving card. So fitting for the holiday season. I think you're going to get some really wonderful gifts this year. You're going to give out some really wonderful gifts this year. It's just very generous. It's very wholesome. So I like that for you. Let's take a look at our clarifiers though. First up, we have the Eight of Cups. The Eight of Cups is a card, again, going back to what I was talking about having like the grand plan, elaborate everything. This may be like a new tradition for you. I think we're starting a new path here. Again, it does not have to be over the top, over the moon. Just enjoy the family, enjoy the friends. The next card we have is the Seven of Cups. In terms of that investment, I feel like you could be a little non-committal. And my advice there is just like explore options. Let's even talk like example, like you're buying a car with your husband or wife. And it's like there's this one, but for whatever reason it doesn't feel quite right. Like keep looking at your options. With the Seven of Cups, we have a ton of different options. So explore those options. Also, in terms of the extravagant family parties and food, you're going to be really busy. You're going to have a lot going on. So I would not add to the stress of making every meal from scratch or anything of that sort. Again, it doesn't have to be over the top to be fabulous. And at the bottom, we have the Page of Pentacles. This is a very generous card as well, too. This is kind of like money in, money out. Lots of generosity, giving and receiving happening there. Okay, now let's take a look at our fifth and final column, a message from our future self or spirit guides. We have the summary affirmation card of consistency. You've probably heard me say this before. Consistency is key, I swear. Moderation and consistency, it really helps us get done the things we want to get done. Let's take a look. What are we being consistent on here? What are we working towards? Ooh, interesting. Okay, so first up we have the Queen of Wands. The Queen of Wands is very confident, very self-assured. It's like you know that you can get this done. I think consistency might be the missing piece here though. Again, you're confident, you know what you want, but somehow we're not quite making the traction we need. So again, I stick to my advice about consistency. The next card that we have is the Emperor. The Emperor is very long-term, very strategic. Again, you know where you want to be, you know where you want to go, but it's like we haven't quite gotten there yet. So, but whatever this is, we need to stay consistent on. At the bottom, we have the Ten of Swords. You see this, the sky is kind of dark and gloomy. The person's laying down flat. You feel a little defeated, a little deflated maybe, because things haven't quite worked out yet. But again, I feel like consistency is the missing piece here. Let's take a look though and see what other messages I can give you. First up, we have the Four of Swords. The Four of Swords is a tired card. It's needing to rest, retreat, renew, recover. Perhaps we give whatever this is a break for a few weeks, give ourselves some downtime, and then pick it up and try again. Again, I feel like you just have a little bit of quiet time. I see you getting some rest here. The next card after that, we have the Seven of Swords. Again, I feel like we maybe want to give up on this because it hasn't worked out. It's better to take a break, pause, and then come back and be very consistent. But again, I feel like you kind of want to throw in the towel here. At the bottom, we have the Temperance card. This is a card of balance and harmony and moderation. So I'm going to stick with my advice. Give yourself some downtime. Give yourself some quiet time so we're not feeling that Ten of Swords energy. We're not feeling the tired Four of Swords. And then come back with a lot of consistency. So give yourself a little break. Get your mind clear. Don't throw in the towel. Don't give up on it. Just give it a rest and then come back. And consistency will help you accomplish whatever it is there that you're trying to get to, Leo. Or excuse me, Sagittarius. Okay, now at this time I'm going to give you the opportunity to ask 3 yes or no questions. We're going to use our Gypsy Witch fortune telling deck. If you don't have 3 questions in mind, you can pause the video here and think of them. But question number 1, we have the Six of Hearts. This is number 3 card. That's going to be a yes. Question number 2, we have the Five of Diamonds, the number 28 card. That's also a yes. And question number 3, we have the Six of Spades, the number 29 card. That's going to be a no. So yes, yes, no there for you. We're also going to pull a card from our Healing Notes deck, or excuse me, Healing Stones deck. So this is a crystal to keep with you through the month of December. You have Fire Opal, which is good for passion, spontaneous. It's very much so like the firework crystal, very cheerful, very creative, lots and lots of passion. And last but not least here, Sagittarius, pulling a card from our Healing Notes deck. Your Healing Note says, your ability to heal comes from knowing that you will heal. Thank you so much for tuning in, watching, and listening. Please like, comment, subscribe. Let me know how this video resonates with you. Again, subscriptions help me greatly, and you'll be notified when I post new content. Also, I did include in my Venmo in the comments box if you'd like to make a donation. But thank you so much, Sagittarius, and I hope you have a wonderful December and end of the year.